Good morning.
I'm Henry, and welcome to Mowers and Blowers. It's another daily episode of my vlog, my video log of basically what I do every day in terms of small engine equipment. As you guys know, for the past, 6 to 8 months or so, I've had a video every day, which is crazy busy, you know what I mean? Like I never run out of something to do. I always got something to do. As you know, yesterday I replaced the piston and rings in that 21 horsepower Intech engine. Don't know if it works yet, but I honestly do not have high confidence that it'll stop smoking. I think it'll still smoke. From my comments from my subscribers, they tell me that possibly the cylinder has to be honed because it's either out of whack or warped or something, which honestly, how can that happen? The cylinder wall looks pristine, you know, looks new. I don't know. We'll find out when I get another tractor without an engine, and we'll put that motor on there, you know what I mean? Anyway, mailbag, real quick. And then today, as you know, my friends Larry and Bob came by the other day, and we did a trade. So you know my Frankenmower Poulan lawn tractor? Well, I need a hood. Well, actually, I just need a nose. The nose has the brackets to mount the hood onto the tractor, so I don't have a nose. It's just a hood sitting there with bungee cords wrapped around it. Looks really ghetto, but from what I remember, the engine runs really good, and transmission's good too, and it just needs a deck, really, and a nose. So I traded with Larry and Bob, and I got a deck. Today, I'm gonna put it on. It's going to be a little tricky. Why? Because he had removed the PTO lever from it, and that's behind the gas tank. So I'm going to have to clamp off the fuel lines, disconnect it, take the fuel tank out. That leaves me any room to put my hands in there and put the lever back in. And then after that, I got to find a belt for that deck and put the deck on. Hopefully it'll work, you know. Who knows? I order stuff here and there, and then, as you guys know, some of you subscribers like to send me stuff to use for my channel, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. If any of you guys have something that you think I should use or need, I'll give you a shout out of your business, your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever you want me to shout you out. I'll be happy to do it. And just email me for my address. Oh, okay. So looky here. I bought a couple of tubes on eBay. Usually my friends over at ProPartsDirect.net, they send me stuff, but they've been really busy with the GIE Expo and all that stuff, so they're always busy. It takes them a while to ever get to me, you know, and they sponsor a lot of other channels, so I understand. But these are 16 by 6.5 or 7.5 by 8-inch inner tubes. So these will fit the majority of the 16, 18, or 20 by 8-inch rim rear lawn tractor wheel. These will fit, you know, give or take an inch or two, whatever, you know. Harbor Freight actually had these in size 18 by 6.5 by 8, and they were $8.99. That's not bad. So it's $9 an inner tube. I got these two. It's a pretty good deal on eBay. It was, I want to say like $14 and something cents. So eBay charges tax now, so it was like $15. So these are like $7.50 each. That's cheap for rear tractor tires. You know what I mean? So that's cool. And then, as you guys know, the other LT1000 that I have, the one that I use to pull my aerator around, yeah, well, I'm not going to find a deck. I mean, if I got a deck, I guess I would try to make it fit, but that one has a lot more issues in terms of assembling a deck for that, because everything associated with the deck, PTO, hangers, levers, whatever, all that stuff has been removed. So there's nothing left on that tractor that's associated with the deck. So if I got a deck, for instance, it would take a lot to get that deck on there. And honestly, that's just not a lot. That's just too much trouble for me, you know? So I'm just going to use it as a hauling tractor, a tractor that you know, pulls my trailer around the backyard and, you know, aerates, you know, whatever I need it to do, like a utility tractor. Then again, I seem to have a lot of utility tractors. I got the Rodimus Prime one that actually mows though. I got this thing here, but that just has a snowplow. It's funny that I just keep this around just for a snowplow. You know, in an upcoming video, I might fire up the GT6000 just to see how everything's going. Anyway, so for the LT1000, right, I had taken the shifting console control panel lever quadrant thing out and put it on the other LT1000. So it kind of made me feel funny that I didn't have one. So I found one on eBay for cheap. It was $9.50 shipped. So I'll pay $10 for a quadrant. You know what I mean? Just to make it more complete, you know. Anyway, so that's a real fast mailbag. I'm going to go to the backyard now and fetch that LT1000 so we can put that deck on. That's right, 2 days later, and I'm gonna have to mulch all the leaves again. So I'm in the backyard now. This is the LT1000 that I was telling you about, how I just use it to pull the plug aerator around. And as you see, it bothers me that it doesn't have a quadrant. So I'm going to get that on there. I also stole the right side foot pads, rubber foot pads for the other one. The one that I use to bag. Of course, I haven't used it yet to bag much. This is good to go. Rodimus Prime's good to go. This is good to go. And here it is. This is the one we're going to be working on today. Like I said, I need a nose, right? And we need a deck. It doesn't have the PTO handle lever on there, so we're going to install it later. And you know what? I've got the disassembled Tecumseh 15 horsepower engine that I did the other day. I have it in a big bin, complete, full of parts in there. So I'm going to have to move that from my garage to my storage shed. And that's heavier than hell, so I'm going to connect my trailer onto it. So it rained again last night, and I brought this thing just so I wouldn't have a wet butt all day. I haven't touched this in a while. Maybe a week or two. Fuel shut off. It's back on. Let's see if this baby starts right up. It should. It has a new battery in it, and as you know, the engine works great. Choke, cold start. Here we go. It rattles because remember, it has that muffler that has a loose tier. You know, the muffler has like two or three segments in it with these plates that are inside that baffles the sound. One of them is loose and just rolling around there. that's not going to work. You know why? It doesn't have a ball hitch. But from all the tractors that I get, I always keep the good stuff. Bing! Has the bracket for a bagger. If I ever get another bagger, pop it right on. That's why I love this trailer, because I added this coupler on here instead of messing around with cotter pins and stuff. Boom! Boom! Okay, guess we're going to install that PTO lever now. Let's take this silly apparatus off. Like I said, I do need a hood. My friend Nick from Medford has a hood, but he won't just give it to me. He asks me, what do you got? Well, I was like, well, I've got a couple of single stage snow blowers. I got push mowers up my butt. I've got leaf blowers, you know, whatever you need. He's like, nah. So what are you gonna do with it? You're like 2. Sell it to me. He's like, Henry, but you don't buy anything. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Well, think of something, man. We gotta come to a deal. I need a hood. You have a hood. What are you gonna do with it? Yep, as you guys can see, I actually put the plenum back on here because, well, I mean, what am I gonna do with it? You know, I might as well just put it on there. Also, it helps hold that hood. So it's only 2 3/8 bolts that hold the plenum and the gas tank onto the tractor. It's really easy to take off, actually. There's the plenum. Gas tank with the washers. I don't want to have to disconnect the gas tank. Oh, I remember it was a pain in the butt to get this gas tank out. I don't know how I did it in the first place. I think I have to bend this back a little bit. It was really difficult to get out because it's a big gas tank, you know? Really big. I don't want to pull the line too, so I'm going to have to. I don't think it can be helped. I have to disconnect the fuel line and clamp it off and then take the gas tank off. Never mind. I just weaseled it out of there. Weaseled. So I gotta somehow get my hands in there and figure out how this PTO lever fits in there and find screws for it. Hey, how you guys like that angle, huh? How about that? So here's the handle that Larry and Bob gave me. Trying to figure out if it goes in, because I could see that there's a bracket there with a hole in it, and that this thing goes inside like that, and this thing would go through there, you know, where the PTO shaft is. But I don't know if it's this way or is it this way. I'm looking at the way the handle is pointed. If it was this way, right, this handle would be pointed that way and wouldn't work. So it's got to be this way. That's just from common sense, you know what I mean? So to get that in there, take the ball off just by simply unscrewing it, right? And let me route this thing through the slit of the dashboard. That looks right. It's down. And to engage it, you would pull this way. It would pull it that way, pulling the linkage on the deck down, tightening the idler pulley, and running the... Yep, that's it. That's what I'll do. So this thing has a nut and bolt here and a washer. This is kind of inset here, so I think the washer stays there, or does the washer come off? Looks like the washer doesn't move. Just the washer stays there. Then do I need a washer for this side? I don't know. I think maybe this washer doesn't stay there. I think the washer stays there, so I'm going to add a washer to it. I see, I got it. Can't put it on unless you first get the nut on there first, because it doesn't have any clearance for you to get it. And that's what Larry was telling me. He says, watch out. It was a pain in the ass to get it out. I see what he means now. This could take a while, so... Yep, this washer is too big. Won't even let me put it in. Get a smaller washer and let me try to secure that on there. It occurred to me that maybe someday one of you guys may want to do this, so I figured I'd get you closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So it's a 9/16 nut on one side, and then it's a 3/4 bolt top. So I'm holding the 9/16 one in place. It's a tension bolt, you know what I mean? That's probably why it didn't need a washer. One of these free flashlights from Harbor Freight has a magnet on the back. See? You can have the big light, or you can have the little light, right? Has a little hook there. You can hook it somewhere. You press it again, and the big LED light goes on, and then you magnetize this. It's pretty useful, you know, when it sticks. But hey, it's free! That's right, free. So anyway, so it's tight now. See the handle. See how it goes like that? And this part here makes contact with the kill switch, see? Which of course I don't have anything attached to the kill switch because it's gone. You know, I might remove that because I might need it someday. You know what I mean? Easy to remove kill switches. It's just tabs. See? This kill switch. I'll save this for someday. I might need a kill switch. Definitely don't need it here, right? So that's how you put the PTO handle on. It really wasn't too bad. It's the gas tank getting it on is a pain. Screw the ball back on. And there, now our PTO handle lever is here. It will be spring loaded due to the deck. See? So, you know what? The steering to this thing was a little bit stiff. I doubt this was greased recently, so I'm going to use my grease gun that I got from my friend Doug Leap over at Doug's Mowers and Blowers in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He gave me this grease gun a while back. I never thought I'd really use it, but I've used it quite a bit, you know, especially from the 7 or 8 tractors that I recently got. If you guys are in the surrounding Altoona, Pennsylvania area and you need your small engines fixed, go look up Doug Leap at Doug's Mowers and Blowers. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram. Man, how much grease could be in here, man? It's like 25 pumps, and I don't see any leaking out. I'm just going to keep doing this until something happens.
Henry, you don't have any grease in there. You have to change your cartridge. It's probably empty.
Oh yeah? Empty, eh? Let's see. Huh! Empty my butt. Plenty of grease. I'm sure there's plenty of grease in there now. At least a lot more than before, right? And I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to smear it on these teeth over here. You can't waste, man. Gotta use every little bit of stuff. Haste makes waste. Okay. I know I'm going to have a glob for the other side too. It's a rainy day here in Long Island. They say it will be for the next few days. Hey, it sure beats what's happening in California, doesn't it? Have you guys seen the videos that are going on social media about California, mostly Southern California, Los Angeles? My brother actually lives there. I asked him, hey, how far away are you from the fires? He's like, well, I'm not really that far. I'm not really that close to the fires, thank goodness. But my workplace, his office, he could smell smoke from the area, but it's still like several miles away. So at the moment, he's not too concerned about it, you know. But how about that, huh? My wife is always getting on my case about moving because she hates the cold weather because she's from San Francisco. So she goes, why shouldn't we go to California? You know, there's no snow there. I says, yeah, but then you deal with wildfires and earthquakes on the West Coast. In the East Coast, you deal with snow and really hot summers and really cold winters and a ton of snow. And it's expensive to live there. Not that it's cheap to live in LA either, you know what I mean? You can't go anywhere without running into stuff. You can go to Florida, but then you worry about hurricanes, right? Hey Doug, when you first gave me this, did you think that would I even use it, right? Or would I even ever run out of it, even if I did use it? Guess what, bro? Oop. Well, there might be a little bit more in here, but I think it's almost Dunsky. Can you believe it? I actually went through an entire 14-ounce cartridge. So I had a dickens of a time putting it in, and honestly I don't really remember how to open this thing. But I'm going to change cartridges as soon as I figure out how to open this thing. I've got a brand new container, 14-ounce container cartridge of red and tacky grease for this grease gun from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. If you open that side, it looks like that. And then you have to open that side. I'll figure it out when I get this open. I think it's just a twist. There you go. So let's see. This has worked fine. But it took a little bit to... Okay, so look. This is the one with the metal coping here. So how do I get this off? Uh-huh. Let me see. How do I get this? Aha! Here we go. Look at that. See? It's all gone. Can't believe I used so much, man. All right, so I'm gonna take this cap off. That's right. It's a video about how to load your grease gun. Hey, trust me, you need videos like that because I couldn't figure it out. Push it in all the way. I'm gonna push it in all the way. Guess I have to open this too. Ooh. Look at that red grease. Don't waste it. Never waste it. Okay. Then I'm just gonna screw this on, you screwy wabbit. It's so dirty. Oh, I can't. You want me to change the grease cartridge? I can't do it. I can't, I tell you. It's disgusting. Yeah, you're supposed to push this in. Push it in. I say that. I can't push it in. I know I've got to do something with this, yeah? Why is this so complicated?
Henry, it's not complicated. You just don't know how to do it.
Alright, I got it. Is that right? Tell me, is that right? It's supposed to be pushed in? I can't imagine walking around with this thing hanging out, so it's gotta be it. Only one way to find out. Stick this back on here. I'm just getting the regular grease right now. So I know it's working because look, the red stuff started coming out after I depleted all the regular grease colors. Yeah, that's a lot over there. And packing this area with a lot of grease. Steering sector. If you're gonna grease that, gotta grease this. This has gears. You could use some grease. And that's how you change the cartridge on your grease gun, right? I managed to stuff the gas tank back in without too much trouble. all that trouble just to put the damn lever in. Can you believe that? Alright. One down. Now we have to address the deck. Let me go find a belt that I think might fit. Got the deck on. I searched and searched for the right belt and I couldn't find it. So that's the original belt on there. I don't know how long it'll last. It has like 3 or 4 gouges in it. But it wasn't very hard to put the deck on. It popped right into place. I put some cotter pins there. Then I realized that this thing didn't have that push button thing, you know. So it had no pin to hold it up. So this was the one that, this is actually how Larry and Bob and I met. They taught me how to fix this. So this is the old one from the broken one, but it sort of works, you know. But either way, still need a hood for this. So I'm gonna fire this up, drive it outside, and see if the deck works. I bet you the belt busts. How about that, huh? Did you guys think that would work out so well? I certainly didn't. Can't believe it works just like that, you know? Pretty cool. Thanks Larry and Bob for the deck. Appreciate it. Now one more thing I gotta do before I conclude the day. It's a lousy day, but work must be done, am I right? Just gotta get her done, man. I'm gonna feel better when I get another tractor and has that has a running board and stuff. Duh. These aren't actually the nuts for this. I just found them. But they fit, so it'll work. Why does it not seem like it's on right? Okay. Alright, yes it is. Just seemed like it wasn't. So I'm getting close to the time where I don't really have anything left to do, which is great. Maybe I'll catch up on some movies or something like that. I haven't watched a good movie in a long time. I'm gonna put some tubes into some 20-inch rear tires just so I have them when I'm ready for another tractor, because I always end up needing tires. Most of the tractors that I get usually don't have tires that hold air. So I've got a couple of 20-inch wheels that have decent tires, just dry rotted, you know. And then I'm gonna fire up the GT6000 with the snowplow, the Lucas oil themed one. Let me get that ready for when it snows. And I'm telling you, acorns have fallen all over my yard, which is an indication it's gonna be a bad winter. Here we go. I feel so much better now. Anyway, that's my video for today. It was pretty easy, but I was happy to get it all worked out, you know what I mean? And, well, tomorrow's another day. I'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next project. Have a great day.
I'm Nate from Nate's Low Cost Yard Maintenance, and you're watching Mowers and Blowers, the best damn small engines channel on YouTube.